66 million years ago, Earth was still a kingdom ruled by giants. For 160 million years, dinosaurs had dominated the planet, from towering plant-eating behemoths to razor-toothed hunters that stalked every continent. It seemed they would reign forever. But fate was moving quietly from far beyond the stars toward a day that would end their age forever. This is the story of that last day, told not through dry dates and numbers but as if you were standing there watching the world unravel. The sun rose over a planet that looked familiar and strange at once. The continents had drifted close to their present shapes, though North and South America were not yet joined. Vast forests of conifers, flowering plants, and ginkgo trees stretched toward the horizon, fed by rich soils and warm air. At the poles, small ice caps glistened, a sign the world was slowly cooling. In these forests and plains, life bustled. Dragonflies darted above ponds, bees and butterflies pollinated colorful blossoms. Herds of Alamosaurus, 29 meters long and weighing 38 tons, moved slowly across the Yucatán Peninsula, stripping trees of their leaves. Far to the west, a Tarbosaurus, the largest predator in Asia, prowled a muddy floodplain, its keen eyes scanned for movement, its nostrils twitching at every scent. Today, it was hunting. Medium-sized herbivores often gathered to drink at the water's edge, and for a predator this big, each kill meant survival. To the north, a dome-skulled Pachycephalosaurus wandered the coastal forests of North America, cracking seeds between its teeth and scanning for small prey. In the undergrowth, a female Ankylosaurus led her 4 armor-plated young to a patch of ferns. Their tails, tipped with massive clubs of bone, swayed gently as they grazed. It was a day like countless others before it. But in the cold vacuum of space, an invisible threat was drawing closer, a 10-kilometer-wide asteroid moving faster than a bullet. The Alamosaurus herd moved lazily toward a new feeding ground. With their massive bulk, they consumed a ton of greenery each day. The Tarbosaurus in Asia crouched low, sensing movement, unaware that its entire world was about to change. Predators fought over territory. In one North American valley, a Carnotaurus had wandered into the hunting grounds of a Tyrannosaurus rex. The intruder froze, but it was already too late. The T-Rex had smelled it long before. In a blur of motion, the tyrant lizard lunged. The Carnotaurus bolted, but the T-Rex was on it in seconds, its jaws crushing bone. The forest echoed with the sound of tearing flesh. High above, a pinpoint of light began to grow in the morning sky. No creature looked up long enough to wonder. The Pachycephalosaurus reached a grove heavy with seeds. It cracked open a few and swallowed them whole. The tide was coming in, but something unusual stirred far out to sea, a faint shimmer along the horizon. In the west, the Ankylosaurus family moved deeper into the forest, unaware of the faint streak of fire growing brighter overhead. The light in the sky became unbearable. The T-Rex feeding on its kill paused, head tilted. The heat was sudden, searing, burning skin, singeing leaves. Animals panicked, birds took flight, forests crackled as small fires spread. Then, a blinding flash. The asteroid struck the shallow seas of the Gulf of Mexico with a force equal to 10 billion Hiroshima bombs. The water vaporized instantly. A crater 180 kilometers wide was gouged into the earth. The shockwave flattened everything for hundreds of kilometers. In the first seconds, entire herds of dinosaurs near the Yucatan were vaporized. The Alamosaurus, gone before they knew what happened. Forests erupted into flame. The T-Rex never saw the second blast wave. The concussion killed it instantly. From the impact site, mountains of molten rock were hurled into the sky, some leaving Earth's atmosphere before falling back as red-hot boulders. Within minutes, the entire Western Hemisphere rained fire. The Ankylosaurus mother and her young were hundreds of kilometers away, but it didn't matter. The fiery hail struck the forest. In seconds, the undergrowth was an inferno. Thick black smoke blotted out the sun. The Pachycephalosaurus by the shore saw the water draw back, and then return as a wall. The tsunami was 100 meters high, smashing inland for thousands of kilometers. Its force swept trees, boulders, and dinosaurs out to sea. In Asia, the Tarbosaurus felt the ground shake violently. The impact had triggered earthquakes up to magnitude 11.2, 50 times stronger than the worst quakes humans have ever recorded. Volcanoes erupted worldwide, filling the skies with ash and poisonous gases. 70 billion tons of pulverized rock, soot, and sulfur blasted into the atmosphere, circling the globe. Friction heated the debris until it glowed, sending temperatures on the surface soaring to 150 degrees Celsius in some places. Animals that had survived the blast and fires now collapsed from the heat. Then came the acid rain, sulfuric acid falling for weeks, poisoning lakes and soil. The survivors faced a new terror darkness. Dust and ash blocked out the sun, day turned to night for months, photosynthesis stopped, plants died, herbivores starved first, carnivores followed. In a cave in Mongolia, the Tarbosaurus sheltered with smaller animals. For days, the world outside burned. When the air cooled, they emerged, to a world unrecognizable. Charred forests, silent plains, and rivers clogged with carcasses stretched to the horizon. Food was scarce. The Tarbosaurus wandered farther each day, its strength fading. One by one, the great reptiles succumbed to hunger and disease. Perhaps somewhere, a few dinosaur eggs hatched in the ruins. But if they did, the cold and famine claimed them quickly. And then, the age of dinosaurs ended. The planet lay silent for years. Slowly, the dust began to settle. Sunlight returned. Hardy plants, horsetails, ferns, grasses, spread over the scorched ground. Life crept back in new forms. The great reptiles had ruled for 160 million years, but now their time was over. In their place, small survivors thrived, mammals that had hidden in burrows or trees, eating seeds, insects, and whatever they could find. Over millions of years, these creatures diversified. Some became the ancestors of modern hoofed animals, cats and whales. Others evolved into primates, and eventually, humans. Today, we walk a planet built on the ruins of their world. But the dinosaurs' legacy lives on, in the birds that soar above us, their last living descendants. The day the asteroid struck was not just the last day of the dinosaurs, it was the first day of the world we know. A moment when chance and catastrophe reshaped life's entire story. The question is, if disaster came for us, would we adapt as they could not?